There's the beast we've been hitting on. Go over it and look, see what I've got to fix. Got a big hump down here I need to get out. I need to straighten this edge up. I need to take some off this top and start to straighten this edge up and get some of the swag out of this thing. Some of the wagging around. Bring that edge up. There's a hinge right here I want to try to get out. I want to try to run up this ridge right here. I got a little bit of steppiness going on here on the edge that I'm not real crazy about. I would like to hit that with indirect, but I don't think my indirect tool is big enough to do what needs to be done. But that doesn't mean I can't set up with indirect and kind of try to fix that platform a little bit. It's a little more better. So there's that low point right there that I'm going to strike. You can see all this thickness on top behind this point right here. That's what we're going to try to get out. Hands butted up against the back, palms on the tip. Try to keep this thing from bending and waving around. You'll notice I like to keep my finger on top of the bopper. It kind of gives me a little point of reference to aim for. And it also helps when that bopper hits to keep the bopper from coming up like this. So it keeps the bopper from coming up and giving any. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I like to think that it does. Miss. It's nothing like starting out on a critical hit. We got the hinge out. There it is right there. I want to start trying to clean this biface up. We took this big huge flake off right here. We've got a little bit of raised areas in here, and I think once I take some short flakes and clean that up a little bit, it's going to look a little better. Hit that one way too shallow. Didn't crush it, but I didn't hit it like I wanted it. That was a good one. I drove all the way, that distance right there, drove all the way up into there. So we're bringing this edge up, we're leveling out. So now all I have is this little hump up here to get out. And everything will have been brought up. I think I'm going to hit that with indirect. It's a real narrow ridge. It's just a small mass right in here. It doesn't run very far. It's just pretty much right here in this little area, and I think my indirect will be plenty powerful enough to get that. And it was. You gotta love it when you hear that nice hollow hit. Just means good things happened. Now I'm just gonna trim around this stone a little bit and take flakes of opportunity where I see them to help raise that edge and straighten this edge up and get everything straight. I still got this one spot down in here. Got a little bit of turtle left in there. Just take some opportunistic flakes. You dog. Hey, Zoe. Okay, go out in the sun. Go lay down. Go lay down. Zoe wants some attention. It's a good dog. My wife went running the other night down the street, and that dog laid out there by the street in the front yard and stared down the street, and I watched her run up down the street until she got done. She's protecting her mama. Super dog. Found her at my work. Her mama's a red-nosed pit. Daddy is a whatever was fastest across the street, I guess. I think he's a Ridgeback. Was not wanting to come. Those were two pretty good strikes right there, trying to run up into this stuff and get off this bump right here with indirect. I mean, those were good hits. I don't know why it didn't go. It makes me a little nervous. That should have gone. There's no reason it shouldn't have. Platforms didn't crush. They didn't go. Maybe we need to file a little dust out of that tip. These tips get rock dust in them. Makes them slick. And I'm pretty lazy. I don't clean them up very often. try to raise those platforms a little bit too. Just a little added insurance so we don't bite too deep in there and cut this piece in half. Because this is kind of the stage where I screw things up. Try that one more time. When I hit this indirect, I hit pretty close to the tip out here. Went that time. What I did different, and this happens sometimes when I'm trying to undercut mass, is I like when I'm doing indirect to have things a little more level than I do when I'm doing direct percussion. Don't know why it works out for me that way. Maybe it just looks level. But I've got a pretty good area of thickness right here, and trying to drive straight through it takes a lot of power. So instead of tilting it down like this, I tilted it up just a little bit just to take a little shorter flake to go through it. Now the flake I hit right here, it ran all the way up into here. So I don't know why that is, it just is. Works, don't question it, right? And that one's crushing, just touching it. Trying to clean that edge up some. Got a bunch of hingy crap down there. Not hingy, but it's chattered on the edge. This is chattering. It's from when I'm not really paying attention good and I'm brushing that edge and I don't have everything just right. And instead of taking flakes, it takes little crushes on the platform. Ought not be doing that at this stage in the game because it's going to make life more difficult. What we can do is set up on platforms and take little hits and get rid of most of that junk. So this is going to be the tip of the point. Obviously this is going to be the base. Just trying to clean things up. A lot straighter than it was the other day. These little tappings can get you messed up too, though. You can do a little tap like that and go in there about an inch and hinge out because you didn't put enough conviction on your hit. So instead of taking a big flake, so I need to be careful now. This piece has got some curve in it. This is almost a straight edge down here, so I'm gonna be careful what I take off this edge, or my piece is going to start to bend out that way, and I'll end up having to make a unintentional quarter tang. A lot of flint knapping is setting up platforms and grinding those edges. When you don't do that right, your hits aren't going to work out right. Yeah. The platform stuck out just a little bit, and it took a little bitty tiny flake. I was trying to hit it, and I missed and just caught the very tip of the platform with my bopper, and it took off a little tiny flake. It's not what I wanted. I think I may scale down on my indirect here. This may be a mistake. Did all right. Just trying to level this piece out some. Shot a flake all the way across. And it kind of looks like we're hitting this thing at random, and we are. We're taking opportunistic flakes, but we're taking them in such a way that it's setting us up to get what we want. And you can see right here that the pattern's starting to get more ordered. Flake removal, flake removal, flake removal. So we're setting up some order in the piece now. If I was better, that would happen a lot earlier on. wrong tool. In order, I don't know if you can see it, there's flake removal there, flake removal there, flake removal there, flake removal there. So we're working on this tip, and once I get things, this piece back here kind of leveled out. I don't know if you can see that, the order that we're starting to get. That's the goal. Be nice to make it look like a big gnarly Cody piece. Big old huge flake removals. Starting to set a little order up on this back side now. What you want to do, like I took that flake right here, you can move down and take another flake right here and leave a big gap in the middle and set yourself up, kind of isolate a big ridge right there. So I'm kind of working off a continuous platform. And when you're doing that, you can space your flakes out really far. Take your flake like that, and it kind of isolates a little area for your next flake to be a really good removal. So that one went in there and hinged off a little bit. Dang it. Best laid plans of mice and men. So we're starting to get a little bit of order to the piece now. And the bus is pulling up, so I'm going to turn it off.